Okay, so this is the second tool that I present on Trade Algo after Level Master, which works with pivots and Camarilla levels. This guy right here works with fractals. Okay, and so right now I'm going to show you what it does. This is the Apple daily chart for 12 months. Let's make it 5 years. Okay, and the first cool thing that it does, it gives you a fractal number. Okay, so and the fractal right here is described. Well, we're gonna see that anyway, but so it gives you a fractal number. Now let's see what it does. So if we just find number 1, yeah, so this is the first fractal, right? The fractal right here is described by 2 bars with the highs bigger than the high of this bar, right? So this high is bigger than the high before and the high after. So this is the fractal, and this is if it says P1, then it's gonna be, see, it's a positive 1 and then it's a negative 1. So it takes fractals, the up fractals and down fractals separate, and if it's a fractal which is higher than the previous fractal, then it's gonna give it a 1 index, right? If the previous factor was -1, right? So it goes 1, 2, and then if the next up fractal is lower in price than the fractal which was before, then it's going to give it a negative number. And the same if we go up. So if we go fractal -1, fractal -2, fractal -3, see, it's still lower, and then the next up fractal is actually higher than this fractal, and it gives it a 1 index. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, poop, and this is -1 because this is lower than this one, right? And the same goes for the down fractals. So if we're going down, see, like this is -1 fractal, -2, -3, -4 fractal. And you can actually see it rarely goes more than -4, so that's some good points for turnaround. Okay, so -4, and then see the next one is higher than the previous one, so it gives you, I give it a 1 index again. So it's 1, -1, -2, again 1, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then a -1 because the -1 is lower than 3. Okay, so that's with the numbering. So you can toggle the number, you can toggle it on and off, right? So this is 1 is for on, and 0 is 0 is for off, on, and 1 is for off. Should be the other way around probably, but I don't really care. Okay, so next you have an option, a fractal line, right? So I made it so that you can actually connect them, right? So it connects every 2 or more fractals. So if you only have 1, it doesn't have anything to connect to. But if you have 2 points to connect to, it's going to connect the positive ones and the negative ones, right? So like this, P1, P2. Okay, if I get a -1 after P2, then it's going to break and connect the negative one, right? Same here. So you get a positive fractal movement and then a negative fractal movement. Same with the low fractals, right? So we have a positive movement, and then, well, see, this was a negative movement. Yeah, big negative movement, big positive movement. So you can see how price moves in fractals, right? Okay, so, and you can see, right, if I, zoom out, that you can actually figure out, or try to figure out some logic. Look, P3, P4, and then there's a nice pullback. Okay, so, and you can, you can have this on, and you can have this off, or you can have this on and this off, right? Next is a normal fractal. If you turn this on, what this does, it just connects what we just saw right now, basically was a connection between fractals, right? Well, this line, you can see how it's, only on this bar, you're only going to find out about the fractal when you have this bar happening, right? I'm sorry, I have a little correction. The fractal is formed out of 5 bars, not 3 bars in this system. I forgot. So basically, the high of the bar, of the fractal bar, has to be higher than the 2 previous highs and the 2 highs after that. If that's formed, then it's a fractal, right? So here on this bar, we know that we have a fractal. So right here, see the price, this is the fractal price, right? And it stays until we get a new fractal price, right? Like that. New fractal price, new fractal price, new fractal price. Whoa, okay, negative fractal price now. Okay, same for the down fractal, right? So that was for the up fractal, and this is for the down fractal, right? Okay, so like here's a 1, and here we can see it formed. Okay, here's a 2, and we see it formed 2 bars after the second bar is closed. Only then we can see that. Okay. Okay, so next next is something called the smooth fractal. So if I turn it on and the smooth period is sorry. So if I turn it on and if I put a very small smooth period, you can see that with the period of 2, it's actually the same as the normal fractal, right? But what I did here is actually pretty simple. I took the normal fractal line, right? No, it's a series anyway, series of values, right? So I took this series of values and I put it into an EMA, right? So I built an EMA from that. So I'm not sure if it's an EMA or an SMA, but anyway, it's some kind of smoothing going on. So if I turn on the smooth fractal, okay, it's 0 right now, and I start smoothing it, you can see that it kind of, you know, smooths it, and you can actually see some trade logic right here as well, right? Maybe not with Apple, but for sure with some symbols. You can trade, you know, when it goes out of fractal line, and well, this is, you can see it. Okay, so see, outlines the trend pretty good, right? See, P9, wow, it's pretty far, got there. Okay, so this is the Fractal Master tool, which is pretty useful in trading, I think, and you can download it at tradealgo.com.